Let's talk about imagination, shall we? From a yogic person's perspective. Now, I have something physical here I wanted to share with you. As I knocked it on the ground, this is going to come in handy or be useful for the thing that I'm going to share with you here now. So, imagination. Recently, I've been watching Sadhguru exclusive videos on imagination and Tantra and various things like this. So, I want to share some insights with you. Primarily 3 insights. Insight number 1, imagination is not useful in yoga. If you're on the spiritual path, imagination is actually a hindrance to you and to your life. Number 2, in Tantra doesn't mean, what the Western people have made it to mean, meaning, sensuality. It doesn't mean this. Tantra means a technology. Like, you go into a mechanic's shop and you see all the technology that he has, all the tools, that's Tantra. You could say that the tools are Tantra. So it's tools. And third is that imagination is better left alone, better that you create with reality than create with imagination. So I'm going to mention all 3 of these, okay? So as a yogi, you have no business to engage with your imagination. Your imagination is what? Just this, imagination. It's a producer of images. It's like a generator that produces images. That's what your imagination is. And your imagination is dependent of all the things that you've ever consumed. Not only consumed physically with your mouth, but consumed in all of your senses. You heard something, that goes to fuel your imagination. In yoga, this is dangerous. Why? Because your imagination is not real. It's not real at all. What's real is your body. What's real is your feelings. What's real is your mind. What's real is your energy. The most realist thing that out of all these, the most non-etheric is the body. So if you can work with the body, if you can observe the body, observe the sensations of the body, that is going to lead you a long way. So whenever you're meditating, if you have your eyes closed and you're thinking about things, better not you think. Better you just observe the reality. Better you leave your imagination to do what it wants. Don't restrict it. Don't force it to stop or change. Just allow the generating machine to continue on as it's going. Because if you try to stop it or suppress it, it's just going to create a lot of trouble for you. It's like trying to block the exhaust pipe of your car. If you try to block the exhaust pipe of your car, things are going to be very bad inside and your car can actually break. So allow the exhaust to come out as it needs to. That's kind of like your imagination. It's like just puffing out, smoke puffing out images, imagination. Now, coming back to Tantra. In Tantra, again, Tantra means technology, doesn't mean sensuality. In Tantra, the difference between yoga and Tantra is that yoga is very scientific. It's 100% internal, whereas Tantra is a technology of life. You can learn to use various technologies, like I'm currently using this technology. It's a piece of very sacred and special metal that you can get lost in technologies. It's very dangerous to go out of your own body, out of what's real inside of your own experience, and investigate life and think you're going to get liberated through the various practices and teachings of, tantric masters and different things that they're teaching. So it's a much more dangerous place to go into. It's much more dangerous. It's much more confusing, and it's much easier to get lost. Yet, this is just for entertainment purposes and also to inspire you that tantrics, especially in India and southern India, they strengthen their imagination to such an extent, to such a high level, that they can actually produce their image into the physical reality. Meaning, they can form an image of a body with rice or whatever other elements there are, and with their sheer imagination, they can energize their imagination or their energy or their thought, and they can imprint their thought or their energy into this particular figurine and make that figurine come to life for a few seconds, depending on how strong your energy is. So that's also the nature of imagination. Imagination is like reality. You can make it like reality. Again, imagination is very etheric and very like this and like that, but if you have mastery over your imagination, you can make it solidified. Just like, for example, I can say some words, I'm saying some words, I can say other gibberish, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't have any meaning to you. Yet if I say something like fire, 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 that has a visceral reaction in you, because the words and the energy behind the words and the tone, it actually carries weight energetically. If I can truly energize my voice, if I can truly energize my sound and say fire to something, to a blade of grass or to a leaf, the leaf can actually catch on fire. This is the science of Tantra and mysticism and occult. Next, the third principle here is that maybe you're asking yourself, well, what about imagination for my creative work? You know, I'm creating things and I'm doing these things and I'm doing those things. That's fine. You should allow your imagination to flower and blossom however way it wishes. Just as I'm doing now. I'm making these YouTube videos, these YouTube titles that I'm making, very kind of provocative, maybe sometimes. And that just sprouts out to me. I have the idea randomly, I'm not really thinking about it consciously, and then I write it down and then I make a video about it. So that's fine and good. Yet it's still better for you to get in touch with the reality of nature, the way things is in the universe, in life around you, and create things out of the actual existence, out of reality, out of things that are actually matter and are here. That's it, my friends. I want to share a gift to you here, that if you watch up until now, I'm willing to talk to you, to share my ideas with you, and to engage in a conversation with you. If you found my ideas helpful, you can reach out to me in the Facebook link below. You can send me a message. I will call you. We will FaceTime each other. I'll share my insights with you, the deepest insights that I have in your life. I'll share perspectives into your life. I can clearly see the things that you're dealing with, obstacles that you're facing, any fears that you have, anxieties, worries, doubts, and I can help you to overcome that in exchange for donations. Okay, this is doesn't cost anything to talk to me. There's no barrier to entry. It's free of cost. Yet afterwards, if you feel like you've benefited from me, this is how I'm feeding my life, is through donations, through offering this possibility. And then if you found the conversation helpful or useful in any way, you can simply donate. By the way, this is not a requirement. It's not a necessity. You don't have to. If you don't have any money, if you're a young guy, you want to just reach out and talk to me, that's perfectly fine. You should still do that. Yet if you want to donate out of the kindness of your own heart, the PayPal link will be down in the bottom of the description below. Thank you so much. ShivaKailashShambho.